Alright, so I'm back and I went ahead and did a bit more training and leveling up. So now we're ready to take on Viper in the Vidral's Shadow. Been conquered his fear of questioning the locals, Quechua is ready to do something else. Good to see you, Claire. After a lot of asking around, I dug up on some new leads on Iksok Yakmajun. Or at least I think I did. Wasn't easy though. At first the only stories of interest were about Gridanian poachers dealing in so-called exotic meats. Juveniles, in other words, too young to be and too dead to be what we're after. That detour notwithstanding, there were a few other tidbits that might be useful. I got my own thoughts on the matter, but I want to hear yours too. That alright? Much obliged. So I hear an adventurer came across a whole bunch of strikingly beautiful red feathers just outside of town. They ended up giving them to some kids who've been playing with them ever since. More to the point, there was talk of a huge beast with glowing blue eyes flying off towards a place called the Black Shroud. Red feathers, blue eyes, put the two together and it sounds an awful lot like Iksok Zamajan. Seems he's had enough of Thanalan and picked the Shrouds as his new stamping ground. What's your take on it all? Well, promising lead in my opinion. I knew you had agreed. After the amount of mystery meat I had to sample just to squeeze information out of those butchers at the market. Glad it all paid off. As for our next move, I reckon we ought to take an airship to Gridania. From what I hear, a fellow by the name of Gavin over at the Adder's Nest should be able to tell us more. I'll meet you there. Okay, so we'll just go ahead and straight teleport. Oh god, I left here just earlier and it wasn't raining. Why is it always raining these days? I don't know why it bugs me when I do these videos and it's raining. I don't know, I feel like it kind of, ruins the video in a sense. How might I help? I'm after a Terral Vidral. I'm searching for this dangerous creature that's come over from another continent. I see. As it happens, I am aware of a beast that matches the description of this Iksok Exmagine. Our scout spoke of its blue eyes and red wings, and of its aggressive nature leading to an attack any who dare approach. So it really is here in the Shroud, and up to no good already. Thankfully, there have been no deaths so far, but it's only a matter of time before a merchant or adventurer becomes the first. I believe Iksok Exmagine came here in search of new territory. Thanalan wasn't to its liking, and now it's testing out the Shroud. It appears so. I'll tell the other adders that you're pursuing the beast, and to lend what assistance they can. I assume that's alright with you? Yes, sir. The more the merrier. Slaying the bastard's what matters, and I ain't too proud to accept help when it's offered. So, where was it last seen? In the South Shroud. Once you get there, head for Quarry Mill and look for Lieutenant Goliath. He's leading the search. Straight teleporting there. I think it's still too early that we're actually going to run into the thing, but you never know. Here we go. And oh my god, it's you. I don't believe we've had the pleasure. I gather you too are in pursuit of the creature. Okay, yeah, she's bad news, buddy. Guessing that's Lieutenant Goliath, but who are those two? Those two. You must be Keshwa and Claire. The Adder's Nest sent word to expect you both. I'm Goliath, the officer in charge of this operation. This is Innocent Stork, who's provided us with vital information. A merchant and her employee spotted the beast on the way back to Udal. She's also taken the liberty of assembling a team of experts to assist in tracking the target. It's no small expense, I might add, but compared to the losses my business would suffer were the creature allowed to roam free, I deemed it a worthy investment. As our goals are aligned, perhaps you wish to join my experts in the field? If so, you'll find them near Roots Lake. I'm sure you'll get along swimmingly. Looks like we're late to the party. Let's go and hear what they have to say. Okay, I don't like this. I really don't. Like, 9 times out of 10, if we see like a shadowy figure, you know, watching us, like that, like how she was doing in the last episode, like during the last quest, then odds are it's not for a good purpose. I mean, I could be wrong. Could be wrong. But then again, those monsters that were, you know, attacking adventurers, apparently they came from her. Like, some of her pets. So, yeah, there's no way she's an ally in this case. Don't know why she's hunting down this thing, but hey. I mean, we all have fetishes, don't we? I'd say we found our experts. Fresh meat for the hunt, eh? Order came down to let you tag along, but don't get underfoot. We're looking for signs of the creature so our naturalists can predict its movements. We'll then lay traps where it's expected to appear. Got themselves a proper plan, don't they? Seeing as they're being so accommodating, we might as well join in the search. Yeah, I don't like this. I really don't like this. Sign of activity. Okay, the dung appears to be that of an enormous beast. Judging by its dry appearance and muted odor, it was excreted some time ago. Ah, back to the good old days, huh? Like when we first were adventuring, hunting down beasts, looking through heaps of dung. Yeah. Good times. Alright, sign of activity. Another pile of dung by the looks of things. The dung exudes a foul odor. The lingering warmth indicates it was recently deposited. Interesting term to use. Sign of activity with some dead stags. These creatures bear the marks of enormous claws on their hindquarters, suggesting they were struck down as they attempted to flee. Interesting. Found me a few signs of activity. How about you? Corpses of grazing animals gouged by monstrous claws. Same here. The size and depth of the wounds are consistent with how IQ Sock Exmajon hunts. And just like back in Terral, it's killing not just to eat, but also to mark its territory. married, so anyone and everyone who's boss. There you are. Managed to sniff anything out? Yes, sir. Aside from a couple of dung hills, we got some dead wildlife, most likely the work of FFXIV. I reckon it's close, somewhere north of the swamp. We came to the same conclusion. This predator makes no attempt to cover its tracks. Clearly it has survived so long by virtue of its immense proportions and in spite of its diminished intelligence. Got it all wrong. Left those tracks on purpose to see how we would act. Are you saying this beast is testing us? That's absurd. The level of foresight and cunning required to even attempt to do so is far beyond these lesser beings. As for the corpses it left behind, those animals must not have been to its taste. I suggest using fresh cuts of prime livestock as bait, the bloodier the better. Once the creature has been enticed, surrounding and subduing it is all but a formality. Hate to break it to ya, but FFXIV way too clever to fall for that. You're gonna need every trick in the book, and then some. Rest assured, I've considered every eventuality, and even if there was a merit to your advice, I will not let it be said that our success was the product of anyone's genius but mine, and mine alone. And you are going to be the first one to die. What difference does it make who came up with what? Momentary difference. Innocent Stork offered better rewards based on performance. I don't even think about trying to steal our thunder. We're the ones who'll bring your ick-sock whatever its name is, not you. Listen, we're trained to fight large predators like these. If you got any sense, you'll let us take the lead. And put our lives in the hands of complete strangers? I think not. There's no place in our strategy for you, so stand aside and await further instructions. Fine, have it your way. If you're half the hunters you think you are, FFXIV is as good as dead, right? They're all gonna die, aren't they? Come on, Claire, let's leave him to it. Nothing good ever came from working with people you can't trust. Even I know that. Then it's decided. You two will wait at the southern edge of the lower paths. Be ready to give chase in case that beast escapes us. Not that it will. This isn't gonna end well. Nope, not at all. Viper should be the one to finish off FFXIV to properly avenge our brother in arms. But really, it doesn't matter who does the deed, so long as the beast dies. Is there a point to us actually waiting this far? I think they just sent us away so that they don't have to deal with us. Awful quiet, don't you think? You hear that? Kinda hard not to. That must be one of the hunting party. It came from the north. Let's move. Oh boy, this isn't gonna end well. Oh, no, it's one of them. Yeah, I'm guessing he's dead. And, yep, we got these two also dead. What about the other two? The naturalist again. Is he still alive? It's bad. Real bad. I know it hurts, but please, tell us what happened. It was watching us. Is this the echo, or? That fresh lamb should draw the target out of hiding, though if I lace it with the toxin I brought, success is practically guaranteed. Toxin? We were explicitly told not to kill the beast in case you'd forgotten. Of course not. It can be used as a sedative, highly potent, but only lethal if applied in excess. If you lack the stomach for it, I'll do it myself. Naturally, my personal contributions will be detailed in the final report to ensure credit is given where due. What the hells are you playing at? If it catches wind, the plan's ruined. Shouldn't we go after them? No, it only makes things worse. If that bookworm wants to stick his neck out for a few more gil, I'd say let him. What? No! No! Oh! Wow! Holy! Oh man! Gods have mercy, there it is! Stay calm, nothing's changed except the bait. Now's our chance. Yeah, they didn't stand a chance. They were screaming. I ran, but I could still hear. You were right. It knew. It knew. Keshqua, Claire, by the 12, what happened here? The hunters became the hunted. I shall see that their remains are recovered and the necessary rites performed. Perhaps you'd be so kind as to return to a quarry mill and share these unfortunate tidings with Innocent Stork. Innocent Stork? She's anything but innocent, if you ask me. Sure, we haven't seen her do anything yet, but come on. Like, she wants to catch that thing alive. Has to be a reason, and not a good one. I had anticipated casualties, but it was a massacre. IQ Exmajon's grown bolder. Before it only hunted animals, lone travelers, prey it knew it could handle with ease. Its past brushes with death taught it to be cautious. That's probably why it fled Toral in the first place. It just outwitted a group of armed hunters. Instead of running away from trouble, the beast went looking for it. This was a sport, a game. It was having fun. Now that it's had a taste, it's only gonna want more. My poor judgment invited this tragedy. I must make amends. Please, allow me to assist you in pursuing the creature. Even without a team of experts at my disposal, I believe my network of contacts will prove useful in gathering vital information. We'll be grateful for information, but we'll take care of the rest. Yeah, I don't trust her either. Understood. I place my faith in your abilities as vipers. Appreciate it, ma'am. If you turn up any leads, be sure to let us know. I best return to the Adder's Nest and deliver my report. It's imperative we inform the populace of the threat posed by IQ Exmajon. Might I ask that you use Quarry Mill as your temporary base of operations? Knowing where to find you will make it easier to coordinate our efforts. Suits me fine. Besides, I got plenty to do here. Like learn about this neck of the woods and the critters and whatnot. But while I have you, there's one thing I want to ask. How the twin adders got their name? I beg your pardon? What does that have to do with IQ Exmajon? Nothing really. It's just that us vipers based our fighting arts on snakes, so they're near and dear to our hearts. Might even say we get a reverence for them. Is that so? Suppose we also feel a kinship towards snakes. The name Twin Adders comes from the pair of white snakes on the Gridanian standard, though that imagery predates the city-state's founding. There's more I could tell you, though I fear other matters must take precedence. The history as long as that, we be here talking till the Pakas come home. Love to hear more about it, but I understand I'll have to wait. I best get to learning what I can about IQ Exmajon. While I see to that, maybe you ought to squeeze in some more training. Okay, quest complete. So we got our first taste. We got a little taste of death there.